All right, hello my fellow military veterans and welcome back to our channel, Living in Charlotte, NC. That's NC equals North Carolina. Today we're going to go ahead and explore a topic that's very near and dear to my heart. We're going to give you a short overview of the range of benefits available to veterans and active duty service members right here in North Carolina. And we're going to highlight a few of those that are maybe a little bit closer to the Charlotte region. So if you're a veteran like myself, thank you very much, and you're considering moving to the beautiful Tar Heel State, I'll get that right, go back, or you're already settled here, this information will prove invaluable, so stick around. Hi everybody, I'm Dave DeSilva with Longtime Realty right here in Charlotte, North Carolina. If this is your first time to the channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button below, hit the bell, and you'll be the first to know when we put out new, interesting, and helpful information about the general Charlotte market. So we get texts, calls, emails, get on Zoom calls all the time with folks just like you who are considering making a move to the Charlotte area. So whether you're thinking of coming here in 10 days, 10 weeks, 10 months, either to visit or to move, it's not too early to make that connection with us, so we can help you discuss all things about Charlotte. Things to do, people to see, places to go, and of course we can touch on the housing market as well. Now if you look in the description down below, you're going to see a link that lets you set up a Zoom call, which I just mentioned, and lets us get face-to-face. It's pretty easy. You pick the time of day of the week, and the amount of time you want to spend on this Zoom call. It could be you, your significant other, or just you alone, and you'll talk face-to-face with me about things that you want to know or you want to find out about the Charlotte market. Okay, so now let's jump into the veterans benefits. And a lot of people think of North Carolina as a military state, and according to the state of North Carolina, there are over 800,000 veterans that call North Carolina home, and again, I'm one of them. Now, there are several military bases in the state. I think there's about 12 of them, as well as National Guard and Air National Guard facilities all over. I'm even aware myself of 2 Coast Guard stations in North Carolina. One is just north, not in the Outer Banks, but in some of the peninsulas or some of the bays in northern North Carolina, Elizabeth City, and the other is on Oak Island. Now, some of the time that I spent stationed here in North Carolina, actually all the time that I was in North Carolina, was over at Fort Bragg near Fayetteville. Fort Bragg, of course, is now called Fort Liberty, and I was primarily with 7th Special Forces Group and the JFK Special Warfare Center and School, better known as SWIC. And of course, Fort Bragg is probably better known as the home of the All-Americans, the 82nd Airborne and the 18th Airborne Corps, and it's right next to Pope Air Force Base, which I believe it's called Pope Army Airfield now. We used to stage a lot of our airborne operations out of Pope, so I know that area and Pope and Fort Bragg obviously very well. Okay, over more towards the coast, east of Charlotte, you're going to find Camp Lejeune Marine Base and Cherry Point Marine Air Station. Those are 2 Marine bases that are right on the coast of Carolina. If you spend some time in the service, please go ahead and put some comments in here about what service you are in and maybe where you served, and of course, thank you for your service once again. Now, North Carolina provides a very comprehensive package of benefits designed to honor the service and sacrifices of our active duty members, our veterans, and of course, their families. I'm from a military family. My dad spent 20 plus years in the service, so I know the sacrifices that my mom and the family gave towards making sure his career was focused on what it needed to be focused on, and that was being an Army soldier. So, as a matter of fact, from a substantial tax relief point and educational benefits point to recreations and parks, there's a lot of benefits that people just don't generally know about, even some of those that are in the service or have been in the service. So what we're going to cover here today are 7 topics and maybe touch on a few more of those topics as we're getting into them a little bit. So topic number 1 is property tax relief and income benefits. Topic number 2, VA home loan benefits. And topic number 3, employment benefits. Okay, so topic number 4 is going to be educational benefits. Topic number 5 is DMV, that's Department of Motor Vehicle Benefits. And topic number 6 is hunting, fishing, and gaming benefits. And lastly, topic number 7 is recreational benefits / discounts. So before we get into the specific benefits, those topics, let me say that there are several sources of information online that put North Carolina as one of the top states to live in for those that can use and have used military benefits, whether you're active duty or a veteran. Now, a couple of people I know are going to talk about Texas, Florida, Alaska, South Carolina, Virginia. Some of those states as well are some of the top states, but North Carolina always seems to be up there in that rating. Two of the sources that we use to get much of this information is myarmybenefits.us.mil, and that's a great website, and I use that for a lot of this information, and the VAClaimsinsider.com. Now, you can go Google this information, and there are several more places to go, but those are some of the key places I used, as well as Forbes, for getting my information about benefits in North Carolina. Okay, so let's jump into topic number one, property tax relief and income benefits. And one of the standout benefits for veterans in North Carolina is obviously property tax relief. So if you're a veteran with a 100% disability rating, and what you're going to find is a lot of these benefits are for those disabled vets, but a lot of them are also for vets that have spent 4 years, 10 years retired, medically retired in the service. So not just for disabled vets though. But as I'm saying, if you're a veteran and you're 100% disabled, you can reduce your home's assessed value by up to $45,000 for tax purposes. And that's a significant savings. It makes home ownership more accessible and affordable for those who have served our country. So two more benefits are, first, any service member serving in a combat zone or a hazardous duty location has their pay during that time frame. It's excluded from federal income, thus it's going to be excluded from North Carolina income tax as well. And secondly, retired pay or pay for those medically retired can be deducted from your North Carolina adjusted gross income. Next, VA home loan benefits. And speaking of home ownership, the VA home loan program here is incredibly supportive with no down payment and no PMI, which is private mortgage insurance, which makes it very easy and, like I said before, affordable for somebody to build or to buy their own home if you're a veteran or if you're active duty service member as well. And if you're in the Charlotte area like me, there's plenty of lenders around here that are very experienced with helping veterans and active duty service members who may happen to be relocating to Charlotte with their home loan. But I can certainly refer you to one of my preferred lenders and get you started. So I have personal experience with a VA home loan myself, and it's a very easy process once you get that ball rolling. The bottom line is, if you're interested in looking at a VA loan or talking about a VA loan, get with me. I can help make the right connection. And lastly, in this section about homes, we're going to change a little bit from a home you're purchasing to something different. We're going to talk in this section about identifying 3 fully staffed, full-service nursing care homes for eligible veterans. Care is provided by licensed health professionals and care workers, and they're under the direction of a licensed physician. So go ahead and Google North Carolina State Veterans Homes Programs. That's North Carolina State Veterans Homes Programs. It will stick that up here for you to read to get more detailed information about those homes. These 3 homes are located in Salisbury, North Carolina, which is just northeast of Charlotte, in Kingston, which is just east of Goldsboro over towards the coast, and that's eastern North Carolina. And then finally in Black Mountain, North Carolina, which is about 2 hours kind of northwestish along Route 40 of Charlotte and to the east of Asheville. Now, when it comes to employment, North Carolina goes above and beyond to give back to its veterans. You get preference for in-state and federal jobs with additional points on like the civil service exams, and veterans now have a competitive edge when in the job market, so that's fantastic. The state also provides veterans with thorough job training and placement services. A lot of this is taking place at your base. If you're, for example, retiring or getting out of the service on a base in North Carolina, they have a lot of this training on base. Or at least if they don't have the training on base, they do have programs set up to help with people getting out of the service, transitioning into the civilian life, making it a smoother transition. Now, Forbes magazine recently announced that, quote, North Carolina was the only state government to receive recognition in the best employers for veterans in the 2023 rankings, which consisted of over 150 employers, and the state of North Carolina was the only state government included. So we do treat our veterans right here. And our governor commented that, and then again, this is in quotes, this ranking affirms that North Carolina is the most military and veteran-friendly state in the nation. Of course, like I said before, some of the other states like Texas and Florida and South Carolina, Alaska being one of them, also have a claim to fame as being a very veteran-friendly state. The governor went on to say, our veterans have a powerful impact on our economy and business, and we will continue to assist them in any way we can during their transition to civilian life and beyond. That's Governor Roy Cooper. Good job there, Roy. Veterans in North Carolina can even receive credit towards attaining certain state licenses in a variety of fields, and that's based on their military experience. So, for example, you might be a military policeman in the service, and some of that will transition, obviously, to becoming a local or a state police officer. And that's just one of who knows how many jobs can translate to the civilian job world. Next on our agenda is topic number 4, and that is educational benefits. So education is another pillar of support for our veterans on active duty service, or well, veterans aren't on active duty service, but for our veterans or active duty personnel or Guard and Reserve members. And in North Carolina, for example, you have the North Carolina National Guard Tuition Assistance Program. And for example, that offers reimbursements for various degree programs. Don't forget, you also have some in-state tuition rates for non-resident service members stationed here, making education, again, affordable for all military families. Now, there's also a financial assistance plan for up to 8 academic semesters for qualifying children of deceased, disabled, or combat veterans, provided that veteran was a North Carolina resident when service began. The bottom line here, and we're going to include some of this information for you in the description, you got to read up on these educational benefits and checking to see if you're eligible, if you can become eligible, if your family members are eligible. It's a lot of fine line and little small reading, small letter reading, but go ahead and read all that stuff. There's just so much offered for veterans. So please do go ahead and check out the description, or if I put the links on the screen, check those articles out, those websites out, and you'll have a lot of information right at your fingertips. So go to myarmybenefits.us.mil and find the benefits page for North Carolina. Okay, so you're driving around looking for a new home. Well, first of all, stop. Give me a call before you spend time doing that. I can save you a lot of time. I can give you a lot of pointers if you don't want me to go with you. If you want to get into some homes, I can help with that. Next, veterans. Make sure if you're living and driving in North Carolina, you're benefiting from the specific DMV perks like veteran designated license plates and potential tax discounts for veterans that are disabled, and even some assistance for your vehicle payments and tax on your vehicles if they're specifically to enhance disabled veterans. So these small acknowledgments from the Department of Military and Veteran Affairs comes in their program not only show our state's appreciation, but also offer practical benefits. Here we go with topic number 6, hunting, fishing, gaming. Licenses primarily, but also a little bit more information. So for those of you who enjoy the great outdoors, North Carolina offers discounted lifetime hunting and fishing license for veterans. You know, whether it's fishing in the tranquil waters of the Outer Banks or hunting in the vast wilderness of the Appalachians, these benefits make it easier for you to enjoy what our great state has to offer. Something nice, though, is that we also offer these benefits, or a lot of these benefits, to active duty service members who may not be initially or primarily residents in North Carolina, but you just happen to do a PCS here to one of the bases, and a PCS is a permanent change of station for those not in the know. But if you're now stationed in North Carolina, you can take advantage of these hunting and fishing and gaming license benefits as well. And here we go with topic number 7, recreational discounts and benefits. So are you ready for a weekend getaway? If so, take advantage of the discounts at the many state parks, such as the Great Smoky Mountain Parks, local attractions such as the U.S. National Whitewater Center. A lot of great discounts. And of course, if you're in the Charlotte area, there's a lot of venues, many venues on the South Carolina side of the border that'll also offer great benefits to veterans. I've been camping at a number of their state parks, and they always have some veteran benefits available. And the South Carolina border is just minutes away from some parts of Charlotte. So whether you're camping, hiking, or just enjoying the scenery, those perks make everything more accessible for veterans and their families for great exploration and relaxation. Something that may or may not be publicized as much are the veterans discounts / benefits offered at some places year-round and at other places only on maybe Veterans Day, 4th of July, Memorial Day. Things like Lowe's Home Improvement or Home Depot, for example, offer a percentage. It used to be 10%, it might be 5% now, but offer a percentage off on all purchases to veterans who can prove or can provide proof of service. And that's just not on Veterans Day, that's all year round. You can also find free meal or a buy one, get one, typically at a place like Ted's Montana Grill, where I went last time, and really that was the first veterans meal I've ever gone out to get. I just wanted to see what it was like, and I've been out of the service for 20 plus years. But that was at Ted's Montana Grill over in Waverly in Charlotte, or something like Chili's. And on Veterans Day, of course, you can get free coffee, free donuts, half-price movies, all sorts of things like that. I was at a Starbucks today, and I noticed, and I took a picture of it, so we'll put that up here. I noticed that May is Military Appreciation Month for Starbucks. Not really sure if they give any discounts. I didn't ask about it, but at least they're showing some appreciation for the military, so that's a plus. Thank you, Starbucks. Finally, many national brands like Yeti or Verizon, I've got Verizon phone service, have some discounts for veterans on either their packages or some of their accessories, but sometimes they're more local specific, so maybe a store here will have something and one here won't. But check out those different sites. There are a lot of different sites you can go to that'll show you all the veterans benefits, or just get on Facebook and ask some of your friends. Okay, so we've covered a lot today. We've got a little bit more to go. This is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to benefits in North Carolina that are offered to veterans and active duty and National Guard service members. And one of the benefits that we haven't discussed are medical benefits for active duty and Guard and service members, and also those retired veterans. One of the things is that would be a whole hour-long video on medical benefits alone. So what I'm going to do is give you some sites to go to dig up a little bit more information, and maybe we'll do a medical benefits for our veterans video later on. So a great site to go to is NC Care 360. So that's NC Care, C-A-R-E, the number 360.org. And that'll get you some assistance with things like needed food for veterans, healthcare, utilities, all that sort of thing. Great website. And if you already live in North Carolina or know some of the key benefits that you're aware of, and I haven't mentioned them, please put them in the comment section. Benefits change all the time. They're updated. Some are eliminated. Some are added on. So if you know some things that are benefits to our veterans, to our service members that are currently serving, put them in the comments. Let us all know. I'd be happy to make a correction down the road. So these benefits are just a way of saying thank you to those who have served and continue to serve. So be sure to check out the description below for the links for more detailed information on how to access these benefits. They're great for you. You just got to dig up some of the sites and look into it. So if you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with other veterans who could benefit. And until next time, thank you for your service. Take care, and go Army, beat Navy.